Hey all, welcome back. All right, I'm going to do more tricks and tips today. I'm going to make 4 stickers. Talk about the die line, differences, like what you can do. I got 4 ideas. They should all be pretty easy. This shouldn't last too long. And I'm trying to do it from the point of like starting at square one. Oh, you guys don't need this. You guys didn't have to do these, did you? All right. So, as you know, this is my logo. And the first one is going to be simple. I'm just going to zoom out. And I'm just going to copy this all, right? I had locked up some stuff. Object, unlock all, because I was grabbing stuff to make other ones. I'm just going to make a copy of this. And this one would be, this is the one I kind of talked about earlier. I'm going to make it small so I can get a bunch on the screen. The first one I was like, oh yeah, I kind of like wanted to do this old style patch. So I'm just going to create a background and use, I'm going to use the rectangle tool. For some reason, I hate using this rounded rectangle, even though like it's maybe a step quicker, but for some reason, I just don't like it. And I'm going to get this how I want it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have to white that out, which is fine, because I'm going to create the die line and everything. What is this? And I want it the right size and shape, like. That's all I'm looking for right now, like size and shape, like how is this going to look? I may want a little bit out here, and I can drag it further and then just move it over. And then I'm going to copy and paste that, which you can just right click, copy, paste. I got to get used to this. I want to start doing that more. And I'm going to use that red as the border, but I'm also just going to put it as the background. But look, I've got my spot colors already, so it's even easier. I don't have to dink around. And I'm going to go up, like huge. Object, arrange, send to back. I think I can do that easier too in other ways. Old habits die hard. I don't want to do that. And what I can do, I'm going to grab these 2 and center them. Kapow, kapow. And then I'll take off that black on this. I don't need it, as you can see. So like the first one, this would be like my nod maybe. And then, so maybe if I didn't have texture to this, like it's looked like that, you'd be like, well, what about the die line for it? What's that funky piece? Oh, I might want a white border. And so I'm going to take my final. I'm going to lock the black, object, lock, selection. I'm going to do the same copy, edit. I'm going to paste in place. I'm going to then, I want to make it proportionately bigger. So this is a really weird thing you can do. So I have a fill and a stroke with an outline, but I want that proportion curve to happen. And so I'm going to make the outline bigger as it proportion sizes out. So if I'm going to send it back, arrange, send it back. I want us to be able to see what's happening. And then I'm going to choose magenta as both of these. And then I'm going to do grow the fill. And you see how it's keeping a proportional edge. And I'll fix that. And so I'm going to grow this stroke until like I'm happy and be like, that's where I want the cutoff. And then what I'm going to do is come back in. And so that's selected. And I'm going to go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. And then it's all the fill. And then I'm going to, I think they're both selected, do this. So what I did is I now turned off, so it's all one piece. So this is all one piece. There's no inner and outer. I joined everything together. And by going to that, like match both. So just to show you off the side. So if I have a box, I'll do it in cyan so you can see it, what I did. And then I add that stroke to it, right? And I made the stroke big. So now I went to, so just kind of watch this. And this is what I did. So I go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. So now I have what is considered a 2 path, and then it keeps that middle path. So when I select it all, it's all solid shapes, but it's a little bit funky. And I just clean it up by merging them all together. And that's what I did. So now it's just a solid shape. So if I take that solid shape and just do the outline to it, I just flip these and I can just do it here. So that's my stroke. So like that's my die line. So when they cut it, it's going to leave a white border, so there's a little white border, then the red, then the black. So that's my die line. So that's my quote unquote patch option. Oh man. Die cut is next. Die cut for me, so that's still die cut. That's the die. That's where you're going to cut it. I don't just want a square block. I'm going to grab my full logo. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to copy and paste it once more. And I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with that other outer, but I'm going to do it with the whole logo. So first, I grab the whole logo. These are all shapes. I want them all shaped, but I'm going to just take this whole darn thing and I'm going to go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. I'm not worried about what it's doing right now. All right, that's fine. Then I'm just going to smash them all together. So now what I have is the perfect outline of my shape, and it's all one shape. Now, if I take this and do that same thing, well, I'll do it in cyan and then switch it to magenta. Oh no, because this is on blue layer. Let me do magenta. And I'm going to do that stroke up to, however much white I want around it. All right. Then I'm going to go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. Then I'm going to make everything. I'm not touching anything else right now. Then I'm just going right to Pathfinder, smashing it all together, flipping that, and then going to 0.5. And then I can just set it behind it perfectly. So when they cut that out, it's the exact proportions of my sticker. And so there's the die line for just a custom, Plano sticker. Plano not being a bad, saying that in a bad way. So I have a patch, which still, I don't like the patch. I was hoping that would turn out so much better. So whatever. And then, you know what? I wrote notes on my iPad and then it just keeps fuzzing out on me. The other one, I don't know, like I was thinking, I don't know, this is cool. I was thinking the oval, and then I'll do like one option. Like maybe we do an oval patch, kind of like this. We'll do oval. I'm gonna work behind it again. I think I'm gonna have to do, let's fill it black. I would turn off that stroke and then that may work. This may be better than the other one. I just need it smaller, like, and I'm gonna have to remove the black outline. Once I get an oval that I'm happy with. I need a little taller. Why does it keep just faulting the? Well, this may be more in line with maybe what I was thinking with patch. Let's get rid of this black. I don't need to get rid of that black. Maybe that is cooler than the oval. See, experimentation. You never know. Let's copy paste. Put that. Maybe this one I'll do the yellow. There you go. Give it a yellow. Object, arrange, send it back. Let's use this. To be precise, let's be precise. Grab them both. Kapow, kapow. Perfectly outlined. Object, lock, selection. Let's grab this. Easy enough. I'll keep it at yellow. And then I'm just going to take that same yellow, copy paste. I'm going to increase that stroke to whatever I think is going to be good. I'm going to do the fill of magenta. The stroke is magenta. I'm going to go to object, path, outline stroke without hitting anything else. I'm going to go down to Pathfinder, merge everything together, switch the stroke to that, make it 0.5, center it up. And then instead make it perfect, grab all three. Kapow, kapow. There we go. There's an oval version. You know, just having some fun. Then my final version. Object, unlock all. I was like, let's do one last like super funky. And I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna turn this to black. And I was thinking like the bottle. Like, can I use this bottle? Oops. Should make sure my bottle's grouped. And then, so let's put a black stroke on it. Let's not do that black stroke. And instead do a copy paste. Move it over here. That was horrible the way it filled in. It's doing that thing of why I don't like you to put outline letters the way you do. You know what I mean? Like, it was filling in my shape. So now I'm going to go to black, go to black, and then I can do the stroke like crazy. And then the other one, see, I get these little sharp edges. I'm just going to make sure when I click on that stroke, I want a curved edge and it hides them all, makes them look better. I don't need to go huge. I'm going to make sure that's grouped, and then I go object, arrange, send to back. We're going to look at how that sets in there. Now, of course, I want this to be yellow. I'm stealing from McDonald's. And that to be, that could be white or yellow. What does it look like white? Is that too much? I think it's too much. It's not needed. I kind of like that. It's like a simplified version. And then for these, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to object lock. Lock selection. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this black. What? I'm going to copy and paste it. I'm going to make it magenta. Make it magenta. Make the stroke. Let's go up to 28. Let's go up to 30. I'm going to do that same thing where I grab it, object, path, outline stroke. Don't worry about how goofy it looks. Hit the pathfinder, join all, make a single shape. It's got a little cut in there. That's a little weird. I can erase that in a minute. I'm going to flip-flop this. Make it 0.5. Let's zoom in, fix our little error here. Click on it until it disappears. Oh, that looks like it's a lone piece. It didn't get joined up. A-okay. Then I can grab, I can put all these close. This, and then this. Grab all three. Center, center. Object. Double check, unlock all. Try that again. Center, center. And there we go. I got my fourth sticker. So, you know, that's the logo. So I have like what's supposed to emulate a patch, old school oval. Delete that. Die, you know, die cut of the logo, oval, whatever patch, and then bottom. That's my favorite. I didn't think that I was gonna like that. That's my favorite. That's a cute one. So there you go. Little 15, 20-minute demonstration on creating some stickers, how to get that die line, how to like just nail the die line the first time. It's a 3-step process. But it's good to know. Again, this gets into that thing I was talking about on Tuesday with the algorithms and like kind of knowing how the program works will aid you in getting you to get what you want and not just like always like, you know, if you have designs that are like all messed up and they have like strokes everywhere and that, you know, strokes and this and that, and you didn't like completely fill stuff and like join it all and make them single pieces, that's where we run into problems. Like for this, like everything here should be matched. And like I'll take 5 more minutes. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna put it on new page and I'm gonna show you like pretend like this is my final logo and I want to just finalize it. And then as you can see, like when I zoom out, all this crap happens. It doesn't scale properly. So that's what we got. That's why we need to fix everything. So I'm going to zoom in and just do one by one, check and lock. So I'm going to select all the white, select, same, fill and stroke. Okay, so that should all be white and white fill. That looks perfect. So I'm going to go to object, lock. Well, I'm going to group it and then object, lock, lock selection. I'm doing that so I can grab the background later. Now I'm going to grab the red, select, same, fill and stroke. So that should be all of that. Now I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to check it. It's all good. It's all good. I'm going to group it and then object, lock, selection. This is like the final thing you do with a logo before you give it away to a client. Like if you develop a logo for somebody, like this is like the final touch points of like getting that logo perfect, then nobody can screw it up. I'll show you the final things in a second. We got the mustard color, select, same, fill and stroke. Okay, it's all selected. Check it that there's no like errant stuff going on. I'm gonna go to object group. I'm not using key commands so you can see what I'm doing. I would be done with this if I wasn't going up to those. And then object lock selection. Now the background, all I'm gonna do, the background I want it to be as is, but if I select it all, you see this, how big this mess is. And I got like errant bottle tops everywhere and all this crap. Let's get rid of it. So I'm gonna simply go to, and I know I have this going on too. So this stroke is weird. But what I'm gonna do is do that same thing I've done before. Object, path, outline stroke, and then I'm simply just gonna fill everything. So the stroke, or I'm gonna do that thing where I smash it all, smash. Now I have some errant items there, right? That's where I can use this tool and just draw, because in the end, I just want that black to be a solid piece. There's no little bibber bobbles, anything extraneous in it, which means that when I object unlock all, I have a black. See, look at the fill. Black, mustard, ketchup, and mayo. And when I can group this, and then whenever this is scaled, nothing weird happens. If you don't go through this process with your final logo, you'll get people who will just scale it and not pay attention. And then you'll have like gaps and stuff. You'll be like, why is it wrong? They'll be like, you created it wrong. Like this is the stuff you really need to go through and fix up on your final logos. I know we don't always, we're rushing when we do schoolwork and whatnot, and we rush, but you need to take that time, because then this is going to be used by, you know, hundreds of people in different areas, and they're like, oh, we need to scale it. And if they scale it and something weird, white shows up, that's your fault, not theirs, that they didn't have, you know, oh, you didn't turn on scale, strokes, and corners on Illustrator when you did it. Like they can say like, I didn't need to have to, like you didn't create it correctly. Now it's all solid shapes. It's infinitely scalable. I could put this on the side of the Hone Bridge and it will scale perfectly. So cool. All right, there we go. Now I'm done. Things are looking great. I'm loving what I'm seeing. So thank you all. It looks great. I'm excited about it and about this project for you. And if I don't talk to you on the discussion boards, I will see you on Tuesday for our last week of school. All right, college, school. All right, take care.